service manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you live and in charge for the Chop Shop iRacing League action VIP Tire and Service Cup, Xfinity Series. We did Cup Series last night. Man, it's been a long night, that's for darn sure. However, we're going to have some fun out here. We're running the Monster Mile Dover. Miles the Monster, the Lady in Black, however you want to call it. This is the one of the premier racing tracks that I love calling, and it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers get out here and adapt to the racing surface, especially in the B car. The B car is a ton of grip in early on, and it starts getting free. It gets tight in the corner. The car changes so much with the track. It's an absolute blast. VIP Tire and Service, 67 locations across the Northeast. Gives you all of not only tires, service, all that, all of the things they do there, but they focus directly with the customers and how they their customers and how they handle each and every situation with each and every vehicle, making it very personal to you. And I encourage you to check them out, VIPauto.com, or go to the West Lebanon store 62 in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. Man. Good race. It's going to be a good race. We'll talk about the race information. First up, though, starting grid. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller field today. Just 6 rows of drivers, 12 drivers in today's field. But they're going to run some laps, 200 laps for the drivers. Striker's going to be your pole sitter. Caleb Modzelewski is going to be your outside pole sitter. Matt Magner is going to be strong today. He is very much a short track driver. So we'll see how he handles his car over the course of today's race. Mark Retkin will be your outside pole sitter. Robert Church, Jerry Culver will make up row 3. Brandon Bledsoe and Cam Derry will make up row 4. Hayden Malcolm in the 183 is going to be there with David Asuna, Brad Dove, and Joe Nelson. The tail end of the field. Drivers are loading in. Here's what the race information is going to look like today. ChopShopIRacing.com giving you some action. A little bit. It's not normally been this small of a field, so I think there might be quite a few things. I think Sebring's going on right now. Some road racers are out there giving some of the extra giving some extra attention to some of the things that are going on in iRacing today. So Sebring is the 12 hours at Sebring is absolute blast. So love to see it. But league racing is some of the best racing out there. The Monster Mile, 1.02 miles in length, 127 degrees on the track temperature for today's race. 200 laps. Stages are going to be at 50, 100, 200. They do not stop for the stages. They will have 100% fuel and 4 sets of tires. 85 degrees on the air temperature, 12% humidity. May shake some things up a little bit when it comes to tire grip. Clear skies means that that sun's going to beat on that track. They may lose a little bit, but I doubt they lose all that much. Admin box race information ready for you. Pace car will show you exactly where the entrance is. It is tough to get in and out of this surface. And here we go to entrance right there on the exit of 4. So I mean, we're going from speed to having to develop right where that's going to be. We're green. 200 laps. Striker Maj. Front row. Brett Lowe giving us a like. Heather Heath Snyder giving us a like. Sorry, Heath. Brent Patterson giving us a like. Connor New giving us a like as well. Jesse Younger giving us a like. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We got some dirt racing going on a little later today. Be excited to see what happens there. Maj getting an early lead here. It's the 53. Looks to be strong. Caleb getting that extra run. Second fastest in qualifying. Third fastest in practice. Finds himself out front. Little wall tap from Striker Matt Magner all over the back bumper of the 88 as they separate into the corners. Magner will be looking for that extra pace. Folks, we're live on 4 platforms today. I'd like to welcome everybody over to kick.com. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and now kick.com, newest platform for live streaming. So I welcome everybody. Good to see you all out there. I appreciate everybody being the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Thank you for the follow out there. Preben T, give us a follow on Kick. We had a lot of viewers yesterday. Similar to what Twitch does, you can get a lot of live views, and then your VOD basically starts over with your viewership. So I'm going to be curious to see if they update the somebody down at the bottom right there. I will be curious to see. It was Brad Dove there with the Dove Farms 25. I'll be curious to see if they add a metric in there that shows VOD numbers as well, because we had quite a few viewers yesterday. Good to see everybody out there. Thank you so much to everybody being out there. It's different to be trying to work out not only your stream metrics for Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all of those platforms, but it's curious in nature as well to have to start over, maybe apply some different things. So if you're looking at a live stream, I encourage you to get yourself over there. Go check out Kick and see maybe I mean their platform has got a lot of viewers, but it's not as saturated as what Twitch and everything is. So we'll see what happens there. Good to see everybody. You can button take names. Thank you for the live chats. Brent out of Canada. Always love to see Brent on the weekends. Good to see you, sir. Let's go 53, says Carl Hendry out there. Carl from Texas. Kyle Carter giving us a like as well. Thank you. Carl says, love the intro. I work really hard on those things, and so hopefully it shows. It made it easier, though. They gave me some great footage, or not great footage. I took the footage, but they gave me some great cars to work with. The time is the dirt race tonight. Dirt race is going to be at 7:30 Eastern. That's when I go live, or 7:45 Eastern is when I go live. So 8. I think the green flag's going to drop right about 8 p.m. Eastern, which is about 7 o'clock my time here in the central portion of the United States. Maj. There's a little bit of that race pace kind of slowing down. Magner a little free off the back corner. Mark Retkin didn't tell. There's the 76 trying to get himself inside the top 3. Right where he started. Biggest mover of the race. Tied for a couple of drivers. Brad Dove up 3. Hayden Malcolm is going to be up 3 as well. 183 digging into the corner. Right behind Robert Church, 1460 on the I rating for the 183. New driver into the field. Good to see new drivers joining the racing surface. Normally we see Andrew Payne. We usually see some of the bigger numbers, some of the bigger drivers out here running as well. But drivers look like they're taking a few days off. So It may be a short field, but we're going to have some good racing nonetheless. 10 of 200, and the top three have a blanket. 53 rolls the second lane, 88 egg shapes out of the corner. Clean air, very important here. See the 88 carries some speed down the back straightaway, gets himself a little free. Tight. When you get tight in the corner, it can free you up on corner exit. 53 pushing the egg shape, not really having the exit. He's kind of turning in a little bit later, a little bit earlier than you would like to see some of the drivers out there. 53 down to the bottom side here, 88 until Magner holding on very nicely here for the top three. Mark Retkin, watch what these drivers are doing in front of him. Here's the gyro cam and what he sees from the passenger side. He drops in. You can hear the tires already starting to screech just a little bit. 1.5 second difference here between he and Caleb Modzelewski. Maj is going to be right there in that. It's very, again, one of those things about this track being tough to pass is the fact that you can defend on both lines, and you might see that happen with some of the drivers. Long run race pace is going to be huge. Stages again on lap 50, 100, and the final stage is going to be 100 lap feet. Should see about 80 laps on a fuel cycle, so we'll see if the drivers work on that, or if they're going to try to find progression between 70 and 80 laps. That's normally what we see at Dover in the B car, the Xfinity Series car. Lots of interesting moves, lots of interesting takes. I was talking to another content creator that also not only sponsors our cautions, but he's a good dude. Something that we were looking at doing, it was kind of a joking matter that I was making. I was talking about maybe in my spare time getting out and getting some more iRacing content. 53 changing the line here, trying to drive off the corner a little higher here, trying to get a little run, gets a little more free. As you see the 88 try to dictate his race pace. Nice little paint scheme for the 88. Tires touch the bottom of the apron. That's going to push him up the racing surface there. Has to get out of the throttle. Magner looking to go to the inside for the top three. Matt Magner in tow. Nose cam for him. Throttle changes for the drivers. Better line for the 27. Little wall tap for the 88. CCM welding and fabrication. A little blink there for the 53. A little free for Stryker there. As you see a little bit of a wiggle out of the car. He's going to run higher here. Part of what happens as they get into the run is that the car wants to push up. Yeah, Brent. Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping by, of course. So we'll see how it presents itself when it comes to how these cars are going to react later on. There's Brandon Bledsoe on the 47, a little higher on the race line. Joe Nelson in that 10 spot inside the top 10 at 2. Drew Culver on pit road. Culver is getting the car fixed. Something happened there. He had a good-looking race car today. We'll see how this presents itself. Maybe something happened in there that he needs to look at. Caleb Modzelewski extending his lead 0.3 of a second. You see Stryker getting a little free off corner there. Car starting to show some wear as they start to progress. I normally see the egg shape start to present. Ooh, into the wall. 88-27 to the wall. Damage for both of them. Telephone pole look. That's what I was talking about. The car starting to get tight. Once you start carrying a different shape on the racing surface, you'll see that happen. Matt Magner now with some nose damage as he was right there on the tail of Stryker. Modzelewski can smooth sail for a little bit here. A little bit of nose damage, a little bit of rear damage without a caution. That's a lot of time to have to sit in and get that repair. There's Robert Church coming to pit road for the time being. I don't know, Charles. I don't know. I think a lot of people are running, from what I was seeing, a lot of people are running that 12-hour event that's going on right now. So I like this track. One of my favorite tracks. Good to see you, Charles. Thank you for the like, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, Dover's a great racetrack. This is I call it a premier racing surface for these drivers, and that's it's no joke. In the B car, in the trucks, actually in the Cup car, it's a great track for anything that you drive out there. I have fun with the modifieds here, the touring mods, the SK mods. They're all really good. If Caleb can keep the car clean, he should be good to go. 27 with just a little bit of nose damage. Striker falling off pace just a little bit. There's Cam Dario. He's going to be in that 5 spot. Running simple race pace. His lap time a little bit better than everybody out there. Brad Dove with the fastest lap last time by, though. 25.49 for that driver. Yeah, good. It's a great track. It's a great track. I love this track. One of the best. Thank you to all the folks out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. If you haven't done so, you see the folks doing it on Facebook. Make sure that you react. Get out there, hit the like button on that YouTube platform. Make sure that you react on Twitch now, because you can do that. Throw some hype reacts out there. Do whatever you got to do. Be cool. Be safe. Have fun with it. Is the season. Is the season. I want to thank all of Chop Shop Series partners and all the folks out there that help this thing be what it is. I mean, they've got quite a few folks out there that just love to enjoy racing, and then they love the gamers that are part of their platform. Of course, we talked about Admin Boxx, so a big special thank you to Mar for being the race controller out there. Mar RC with the Paintworks on Facebook. You can go check him out, have some fun with what he does. He'll set you up with a good paint, and you can try to have a good time with all of that. Also, Fuego Paints, if you don't know, Grijalva just had a baby. Picked up an extra trade to help pay for some diapers, so go check him out. He's on Trading Paints. There should be links in the description for that, for the Chop Shop series. Big special thank you to my partners as well. I always have to select that there is paid sponsorships involved in all of this, and that being a couple of them. NordVPN, secure your online presence with NordVPN. There's a link in the description on Facebook and YouTube that you can check out. Save yourself a little extra money by sorting up, but you always need to try to make sure that you're doing what you can to not only secure the online presence, but find yourself a little extra security in what you do, whether it be a VPN or a good antivirus always helps. Malware protection is always good, but you got to start somewhere, and securing securing your online presence is always huge. So go check that out. Go do what you got to do there. Let's see. We've got Factor 75 from HelloFresh. I'm a big proponent to HelloFresh, and we love what they do. And they've been a I say a long time. It's been a couple of months they've been with me, and I appreciate everybody signing up for their programs over there. But if you don't want to cook your meals and you want ready to eat meals, I encourage you to check out Factor 75. It is a sister company to HelloFresh, and we have a sponsorship deal going on. Save 50% off your first box going on right now with not only the promo code, but there's a link in the description that'll take you right there. Use that POG promo code and get yourself a discount. Absolutely beautiful meals, nutritionist inspired, chef created meals, ready to eat. All you gotta do is put them in for, I think it's 90 seconds total. It's a 90-second cooked meal in your microwave. It's absolutely awesome. They're delicious meals, and there's a lot going on with that you can always look to see any time that you can get a good deal on food. That's what it is, and especially with the way my diet is. I like the things that I can do. You can get a vegan setup. You can get if you have to watch your gluten intake, which is what I have to do. It's always good stuff. So go check them out. Who else? Dark Horizon Fishing sponsored all my cautions. He's booking trips in the Virginia Chesapeake, the Virginia area, Chesapeake Bay, James River are the two major areas that he focuses on, and we'll set you up with a great deal. First responders, military servicemen and women get a significant discount. Go check him out. Dark Horizon Fishing on Facebook, and book your trip today. He's filling up really quickly, so between May and a little wall tap for the 47. They're booking May through September And he's got a nice boat that he'll take you out. Can't guarantee you'll catch a fish, but he'll show you a thing or two, about a thing or two, and he'll show you a good time. That's probably the most important thing that you'll see. Biggest mover of the race, Brad Dove, closing down the distance to Mark Redkin. Redkin holding on to his 76. I don't know if you saw Mark's car yesterday in the Cup Series. Looked like a nice little Corvette. It was a ton of fun to watch and see what he can do. Brad Dove closing back down. Going to be there to the inside of the 76. Good drive off on the corner. He's approached his line a little different. He's going to be tight in the corner here. He's going to pull a low line exit. Watch that. Ooh, might push up near the wall. Oh, has to get out of the gas just a little bit there. Keeps himself off. You touch the dark portion, so it's a concrete racing surface, but if you touch that asphalt portion down on the bottom, there's a chance it might send you up. So don't, when you drive over, that's one of the surfaces you don't want to be touching right down there. So all good things. 35 of 215 laps away from the stage. Maj still trying to close down some distance on his race line. Matt Magner is in second, 1.8 seconds back. Stryker and Cam Dario looking to go at it. A little I talk about the telephone pole look. That's exactly what it looks like there. There's the 13 of Jerry Culver. Finally gets himself off pit road. Something must have been happening there. His car looks like he's just got a little bit of nose damage on the front left, but he looks okay. So I'm not quite sure why he had to spend so much time on pit road, but might have been an early situation. Right now, 6 laps complete for him. He's working on 7. Caleb completing his 36th lap as lap 37 begins. Magner closing in somewhat of the distance. Maj, his last lap, about 0.2 of a second different there. In 4 sets of tires for the driver, and Magner trying to close down some distance. And there is Joe Nelson holding on. There is 43 of Devin Isuna. Devin, little right side damage as well. Everybody, we'll see the Dover. I say the lady in black. That's Darlington, but Dover. We'll give everybody a stripe every once in a while. We'll see how it works. And right now, with Maj getting around some lap traffic, and he'd start to extend, had to pass the driver there, had to change his race line to be able to do so. Magner with a little bit of nose damage, still holding that second spot, doing what he can here. That nose damage definitely playing a factor on his race. Not able to keep the front of that splitter down on the ground. You can kind of see it bouncing a little bit. I wonder if I can get a rear chase view here for Matt. You see that splitter, how it's not sucked up to the bottom. It looks like that car's kind of bouncing a little bit. You need that splitter to be basically flat on the racing surface, and without that grip, I don't know. These cars look like they're kind of bouncing a little bit here. That's a little bit better of a view there, as Matt falls about 2.2 back. If you look at Cam Dario, who gets to third, he's 4.6 back right now. Gets to the inside of Desuna. It is a bumpy racetrack, and these cars do not like the bumps, and that's normally what you see happen with these drivers. Is you see the bumps starting to unsettle the cars as they continue to work. But not a big deal. Maj out front, 2.6 second lead. An opportunity here for some extra points. And speaking of points, I need to show you guys those because that's amazing. Points. Andrew Payne, current points leader, 7 wins on the series. He could afford to take a break today and run Sebring. Stryker with 2 wins. Magner with a win. Caffrey, Redkin, Caleb Monzaleski. That's going to be your top 6 drivers. Top 3 outside of the top 3 in points. So Maj right here, 57 points above the cutoff line, but a win here would be nice, and I mean, it would be great for him. I mean, that'll secure him into the round of 12, and some other drivers will be able to be out there and compete. Grijalva has a couple of playoff points. Cam Dario looking for a win here too, to be able to be in that circuit and try to have some decent distance between he and some of the other drivers. Roberge still inside the top 10. Culver, by completing today's race, is going to move up a few spots. So is Devin Desuna. So we'll see how that plays a factor when it comes to the playoff standings and the playoff points as the drivers continue to move around. Maj coming in. It's like Robert Church had an issue on 18. This is what happened to bring him down pit road. 43 to the inside. Oh, 43 just gets tight, gets into the wall. And so no caution for that, which is crazy to think. That was on lap 18. That's the reason why Robert Church is sitting on pit road. Aiden had an issue. He's on getting some repairs done as well. Here's right here. Let's take a look. Aiden in the 183 looks to be on the high side here. Aiden Malcolm right there. I'm not quite sure. He's getting some repairs taken care of, so I kind of wanted to see what was happening with that. Wait. Little wall damage here, I'm not quite sure. I think Mark Redkin going down the list by a few drivers. Was passed by Brandon Bledsoe and Joe Nelson. Looks like he is coming to pit road, 47 of 200. He's getting some things looked at. Maj still trying to extend. Magner 1.7 back. Goes down about 0.3 of a second here. As 24.24 for Caleb Mach-Zaleski. Aiden leaving pit lane. Mark Redkin coming down. It's a long way down pit lane. And I tell you what, it's a slow drive down at the old, I think it's 35 or 40 miles an hour. It's insane. So it's very easy to go a couple of laps down. 1.7 second distance here between Caleb Mach-Zaleski, Matt Magner. Get a little extra speed, closing back into the pace. The fall off right now, 1.7 seconds. Normally we normally we'd see a 23.9 out of the racing surface, but today 24.17 is the fast lap that's ran by Matt Magner on your screen. Stryker ran a 24.21. And that rear downforce right now and that right front damage kind of hurting the 88. Cam Dario to the bottom side. Or to that third spot, 3.2. He's gained a little bit of pace here. He was about 4.5 back, and right now has the pace. But Caleb here, 26-second flat lap. Will find himself enjoying his race pace. Jerry Culver, one of the faster drivers out there. He'll be looking to come back around, get a few extra spots. He's got some drivers in front of him that are still working on his race line. And there's Caleb Mach-Zaleski going to close 2.3. And that's going to be the case. This is a track that you can clutch in the corner, save some fuel if you needed to. I don't know that that's going to be the case. A 2-pit stop race would make sense for these drivers. Magner coming to pit lane. He is going to get that car looked at. Cam Dario going to be working on trying to close down some pace. 3.3 is the distance between the 8 and the 53. Last lap belongs to Caleb Mach-Zaleski. Here's a look at the last 5 lap times as things have changed. Cam Dario faster on 47 and 48. But we're seeing how Maj is digging back into the corner. To lead every lap would be a big thing, and I tell you what, Caleb took the stage, and I missed that. Apologies about that. I'm looking at all these cars, and I'm enjoying the racing. I'm enjoying what they're doing. Magner Dario, that have been the drivers getting that a little extra love. Maybe trying to force a hand here. Matt Magner is. He comes in, takes tires and fuel. He's going to come out. Maybe short pit the early stage, get himself a little extra pace, try to play catch-up here, get himself a lap or two. Magner, no stranger to trying to do something different. Cam Dario in that second spot, giving himself a 3-second difference, and right now it's 26.21 from Maj as Dario tries to close back down to the distance. 0.2 of a second faster lap that last time for the 8, and we'll see if he'll be able to hold on to that. Third spot, 8.5 back would be Stryker as Brad Dove closes down the distance to Strickland for a top 3. Trying to get there. About halfway through the stage, we'll see what the drivers do. Joe Nelson coming to pit road this time by. Going to get down to that, I believe it's 40 miles an hour, 35, 40 miles an hour on pit road. It didn't look. Normally I check it out. I can't remember. I think it's 35. I'm pretty sure it's 35. It's really slow. Like really slow. Magner coming around the back straightaway. New tires ready to go. Some drivers running 24.8s, 24.6s. Redkin at 24.6 last time by. Kimmon at 46. Faster than Matt Magner. Magner still dealing with that nose damage. A second or two at a time is a big deal. Mod still holding on. We'll see what kind of lap times he's going to be able to do here in the next 13 laps because Matt Magner and Mark Redkin, both drivers, are a-coming. Redkin 24.62, changing up the race pace. We'll see. We'll see how it works. A lot of fuel being used. Good luck. I'd have thought there'd have been a ton of people. I thought there'd have been somebody on the bottom there. I don't know who that was. Brandon Bledsoe, it looked like. He is stuck in the wall here. And he had to reset. It's a 47. Comes around the corner. He's on the bottom side. He had new tires. It's up into the 25. Oh, and I tell you what, that's a glitch that iRacing clipping has been more predominantly shown here as of late. So that's interesting. That's interesting. One, it didn't bring out a caution. Two, it didn't have more to say to that. Robert Church in the 5 car. Giving a good luck. New sponsor coming on board with us as well, Dove Farms LLC. They are White Flag sponsor, but a little bit of information about them real quick before we get there. Something we like to see it. Dove Farms LLC is out of Seneca Falls, New York. It is a long-haul trucking and naturally raised beef company that was founded in 2016. If you are looking for that long-haul refrigerated trucking service that not only gets those products back in check, well then I'd encourage you to go and check them out. Of course, you can find them on Facebook. There's a link in the description for that, or you reach them at 315-651-6065 or dovefarmllc@gmail.com. For all your trucking and beef needs, they haul flatbed, dry van hopper bottoms. They ship to all the lower 47 with the exception of California. And they are family owned, started by Brad's brother, third generation farmers and first generation truckers. Always a good thing. 53 caught by Cam Dario, and kind of looking at the car, seeing if there's any change here to kind of what's happening. Brad Dove inside the top 3. There's Cam Dario finding some extra pace here. And an interesting turn of events. 2.5 seconds, the difference. 1.3 second difference on lap 59. And Cam going to the bottom here. 53. I don't know if he was trying to struggle with the car. Oh, he's coming to pit road. So Cam Dario takes over the lead. Modge coming in. Brad Dove is going to be in third here. Sees Matt Magner closing the distance. 88 of Stryker comes to pit road. He's only spent the required time to get tires and fuel. Without a caution, you don't want to take that to be an issue. So Caleb coming down pit lane. He's going to at least go a lap down. Matt Magner should make the pass on him here on the front straightaway. But a chance for Caleb to go to work. A couple of pit stops in this one as he comes in on 64, I do believe. 64 would put him coming back to pit road. I mean, they can get, if they're getting 60, 65 laps, if that's what they're trying to do. I mean, I'm a push it to 80 and try to run 80 again. So 160 puts me at a 40 lap sprint to the end. We'll see how it works though. 65 or 64 laps puts it at, if he comes back at 64, it's going to put an even pace to the end. But Cam playing catch up. I kind of wanted to go back and take a look real quick. at what the drivers were doing on 59. Like 59 was when Stryker came to pit road. I want to take a look at the lap 59 from Caleb Monzaleski here. He ran a slow lap. It makes me wonder if he got into the wall, if he had somebody catching up here. This is what I'm looking at. Sorry. I'll get back to the racing here in a second. I just wanted, that's what it was. He had the 5 below him here, so he had the 5 coming around. So 53, it's out of the gas here. The 5 right there with him. So I think it was just kind of a checkup on the field there. By the way, Cam Dario out front leading some laps. First lead change of the race. Brad Dove 10.6 back. Matt Magner showing third right now as he's got Mark Retkin trying to tow himself back around. 0.7 of a second difference between he and Caleb Monzaleski, who's going to be in 5th. Cam Dario coming to pit road. Gets in kind of heavy there. Like he had to really, really hammer on the brakes. So we'll see Brad Dove lead here, 70. 70 is a good number. At 70, if he splits it to 70, he'll come back. 25. Some side damage there. Some left side damage. Didn't see that. He's going to come to pit road. Matt Magner will come around, take over the lead. Monzaleski closing down some of the distance here. As Cam Dario gets into his pit lane, or leaves pit lane, he's going to be leaving pit lane now as Maj tries to extend some race pace. Cam Dario is going to have some new tires, but we're talking about 5 lap difference on tires. That'll only matter for a little bit. Much later in the runs when it's going to actually play a bigger factor. Brad Dove coming to pit lane. It's tires and fuel. Caleb's going to come around 15 seconds to Matt Magner. Magner short pitted on lap 51. Finds himself with a big lead here. And now some clean air. So 4th lead change of the race goes to Matt Magner. And they're continuing to run. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got to check on the old kick platform there because, we don't get to see chats happen just yet. So we'll see how that works. Yeah. I get 75 followers to enable subscriptions on Kick. I'm looking at the achievements. Get path to affiliate. 75 followers and stream for a total of 5 hours. Well, the streaming portion is easy. The followers are going to be the big thing. So we'll have to throw a link out there somewhere. Talk about all that stuff. Kick.com/signature esports. If you want to get yourself an awesome Signature Esports t-shirt, you're going to go to sigaesports.com, click the merch tab, get yourself there. Check out the article I wrote about Star Citizen and what Star Citizen is having to go through and deal with. I'm a big proponent to Star Citizen. It's one of my favorite games, and they just released patch Alpha 3.18. And getting ready to put out another update, hopefully here this next week. 3.18 saw its struggles early on, but it definitely is worth playing in my opinion. As things start to settle down and folks get into the grind, it's been pretty good. So if you haven't checked it out, encourage you to do so. You can go to RobertSpaceIndustries.com and be a part of that. Also been playing a little Kerbal. Kerbal's been kind of fun. I will say that it's been a lot more tough than I remembered. Fifth spot for Cam Dario, 24.90 his last lap. He's working around Mark Redkin right now. He ran a 26.49 on his last lap. Maybe just trying to save and salvage some of his race. 46 laps in. He may have to go to a 60 or 70 lap run here to put him, I would say a 70 lap run. If he can put himself coming in somewhere around 110, that'll put him very close to the end, maybe 112. That would really, that'd be 66 laps. If he can run 66 laps, that would put him at 112. Everybody, I think the most laps ran by Brad Dove came on a lap 70, so he's going to split that one 70, and maybe 60 at the end. That's not a bad idea. We'll see. Maj closing in the distance, 25.88 on the last lap for him. Maj ran a 25.41. He is starting to catch, though. Stryker's got a 25.23. He's about 2 seconds away from Cam Dario closing in his distance. Cam ran a 25.05 his last lap. Brad Dove, 24.89, and is the fastest driver on the racetrack. He was inside third, and now has to continue to work. I mean, there's a guesstimation on fuel cycle here, and that's kind of where these drivers try to figure it out. Matt Magner is looking to try to do that, and 6.7 second difference here. Cam Dario 0.3 of a second faster than Maj right now, but also has about a full second on Matt Magner, so he'd be catching Matt Magner pretty quickly. We'll have to see how Matt does. Culver 1959 giving us a big follow out there on the old Twitch and Rooney. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Amazing. I can guess the family over there. Is that Sherry? 1959. No, that would... Is that Sherry? Sherry, are you on Twitch now? Nice. Welcome to the other platform. Twitch is a lot of fun. I do like Twitch. Well, thank you, dear, for following me on Twitch. I welcome you to the Twitch platform. Twitch was at one point our biggest platform before I switched over to Facebook, and then Facebook just kind of blew up. And that's kind of where we've been at. 25.99 last lap for Maj. Stryker running a 25.52. He's having to push a little bit here. Cam Dario, 0.2 of a second behind him. This is all about that race finish. Dasuna's going to go to the bottom. 27's going to go around him here. Maj still having to work on his race pace here. Things have kind of leveled out. Jerry races on Twitch. Oh, he does. He gave me another thank you. I love the follows, Sherry. I appreciate you. Folks, that's My Three Dash Sons, one of the sponsors for Chop Shop, but also just an amazing woman. She's been in my streams for, I would say, a year now. Pretty close to it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, good. I'm glad that you reached over here and followed us on Twitch, too. You could chat on all of them. But the one of the big things about Twitch is it's been I don't know, it's just been a good platform to me. I like my what do they call it, when I stream my games, like when I want to play games or I want to get out and just kind of stream with the community, hang out with the community. I stream on Twitch, so probably the only time you'll see my face anymore, whether it's unless it's a tutorial on YouTube, more than likely you'll see my face on Twitch. That's where I do my personal gaming streams and hang out with the guys and do all that stuff. So we'll see. Brad Dove in fifth here, ran about 19 laps longer than Matt Magner, has a long run race pace, has about a lap fresher tires than Cam Dario, and is still trying to play catch up. Stryker is going to be in third here. I think so. Yes. Yep. Carl said in 235 stars on the old Facebook platform. Thank you so much for those stars. Those stars go a long way to help the stream. Not only that, but it helps send my wife on vacation. It's I call it the I Owe People Money Fund. Or the Send Jess on Vacation Fund. Or the ballistic one. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Cam closing in 8 seconds to Caleb here. Of course, in the long haul, Caleb top 3 night still I think in the books for him. Matt Magner though came in at the right time and is showing just why that short pit has worked for him. I was able to run about 20 laps fresher on his tires than everybody else. I think that when Matt comes to pit road, he's going to have to come to pit road in that 110-ish, 120 mark, I do think. If he can, when he comes to pit road, I believe Caleb and Cam might think about that too, because the longer that he can, because he ran 13 laps with that's the reason why he has such a big lead. Caleb and Cam, if they're going to want to catch him on the long haul, because if he comes in on 120, 110, 120, he can make it to the end. And if he has this kind of lead after everybody coming up pit road, 40 laps later, Robert Church having an issue here. Caution comes out. Whoa, never mind. Scratch that. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you. But a chance for the drivers to get some repairs. James, thank you for the shares and likes and all that stuff, buddy. You're amazing. That's Mr. Mad Rude Racing. He is out there on Facebook. Give him a follow for me. Here's what happened to the 5 here. First caution of the race, little wall tap, kind of an ARCA input. His corner exit might have been where it happened. Oh, he did. He was heavy, trying to stay out of the wall, and then ouch. And then because of where he was at right there, caution was going to come out. He was up on the racing surface. He wasn't stuck. How long have you been a follower? Let's check. What is she? Follow age. Thank you for checking your follow age. We're about halfway through this one. We have a little stage thing happening here. Yeah, 2-lap shootout to the end of the stage. Thank you, sir. You have been following for 850 days. Jeez, old Pete, man. That's almost as long as I've been streaming. You were one of my first followers on Facebook. I know that. I think the first follower on Facebook. When it came to the live streaming, of course, family and friends did the first ones. But as far as like actual people who have been in my community, 850 days is killer, man. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate you. That is that's amazing. Almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in May 1st. So yes, you actually have. I've been streaming iRacing for 3 years on May 1st. And, or I've been streaming, not just iRacing, just streaming in general. I've been calling races for 3 years on May 1st. That's when I celebrate the anniversary. And, I didn't start streaming on Facebook until the end of May. Twitch was big. Twitch was the first place I went and streamed. Everybody told me, you got to go to Twitch. And now I'm far from just being on Twitch. So that's awesome, man. That's killer. I appreciate you being out there. I really do. And thank everybody for being out there on all the platforms. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. You'll be here until I hang it up. Yeah. Well, as far as iRacing goes and as far as streaming goes, I don't know that I mean, at a certain point, I'm probably not going to, it'll be a long time, but I'll probably at one point not be the voice of what I do here. At some point, we'll hand the reins over to somebody as far as the voice goes in the community, because of the esports events and the things that I want to do with that, and the live events and all the things that we want to try to work on. Yeah, I mean that's the goal. Cam Dario, new tires. Everybody came in except for Magner and Maj, so we'll see what happens here. New tires and fuel for Cam Dario. Stryker was able to come in and get some damage repaired as well. So his car looks a whole lot better, except for that rear end. That rear end looks like the mobile one is still smashed in. But hey, you know what? A lot of damage repaired. The 25 got his damage taken care of as well, so a strong car. Yeah, I mean, my thing is that I really want to keep the community going strong, and I really want to build that next level entertainment when it comes to not just iRacing commentating, but esports events. We're still working on the video game. I was showing the guys last night the progress I've made there, so we'll see how that goes. Little 4-lap shootout to the end of the stage. Cam's pretty much going to be able to walk away for a minute. Maj here. We got 5 drivers on the lead lap. 88 back here on the backside. 25 able to get to the inside. There's Mark Redkin. Joe Nelson would be your lucky dog. So Redkin trying to work around the corner. Gets himself into the corner. Cam Dario getting around Caleb Monteleski here as the 8 looks to go to the inside. So new tires. Cam's going to be able to pull away for a hot minute. And I'm shocked that the other 2 drivers did not come to pit road. Cam can quite possibly come to pit road somewhere around, 60 laps, 20 to go. So, I mean, the way it works, Maj, in order to level this out, Maj and Magner are both going to have to run their cycle for this to even level out just a little bit. I don't know. That's unique. Nelson go to the inside of the 27, 13 there as well. 13 goes to the inside. It's Jerry Culver back out running. Had an issue early into the race. 24-16 for Cam Dario. He's smooth sailing. There's not much that you're not going to be able to see happen here. Maj is going to be in second here. New tires for Brad Dove. He's going to be trying to close down. He has at the tail end of the field, so he's going to be working on it. 47 of Brandon Bledsoe enter the wall. 183 back out working. There's Hayden Malcolm. It's down to the bottom side, works the corner. 76 coming off pit road, had to come back in. Mark Redkin will be a couple of laps down now, about 3. Some new tires. He should be able to work around some of the field here. We'll see what happens. Cam Dario, 5-second lead already, and as fast as he's coming around, Matt Magner. Oh, Matt was coming to pit road, and that car now has no front clip. That is such a shame. Back it up here. And then we talk about getting into pit road, how tough it is, and he is on older tires. He was coming to pit road heavy. Down to the bottom here. He comes down, gets onto the flat, and he is trying to lock it up here. And when he did, that car scooted to the left. You can see it get loose right there. Man. Unfortunate circumstances there for the 27. That's no bueno, man. Magner was a shoe-in for a little bit of fun there. 8:53. Brad Dove gets around the 53 here. A little bit older tires. Try to find a way to level this out. 24-40. Brad Dove into second now. Maj is going to be in that 3rd spot. Stryker, new tires and fuel. Going to be able to catch up to Caleb Monteleski here. Caleb, I would not doubt if Caleb is not going to try to get himself to the point where he can come to pit road and get himself a race pace to the end of this one. I don't know any other way to think about that than that right there. So an opportunity for that driver. Love opportunities. Nelson working around the 25. It's going to be here to the inside. It's going to be able to clear 9.7 seconds as Brad Dove tries to gain a little extra pace here as well. Opportunity for Cam Dario. He's taking full advantage of this. They don't stop for stages, so that was one of the things that I saw. And Cam took the stage there, folks. Again, didn't clip the stages. Apologies about that. So much happening all at once that I was like, well, let's make some changes. Tonight's championship race for the Dirt Assassin Series will be the final points, the final standings, the final tallies as they continue to impress over that. Dirt Anarchy tomorrow night. I was talking about Dirt Anarchy last week. It's a very controversial ending to that race. And it'll be one of those things that we will have to talk about at a later date, maybe address that. Matt Magner coming off pit road. He's going to be able to work. He's got to get those spots. You don't want to finish last. There's enough racing left in this racetrack that he needs to continue to run, and he may be able to pick a spot or two. We'll see what happens over the long haul. Cam's still out front, 10-second lead over Brad Dove. Dove trying to get himself a long run race pace. His lap time is about a tenth off the pace of Cam Dario, but there's nothing wrong with that. 25.74 for Caleb Montzelewski here. He runs to 110. If he can run another 10 laps, that'll put him well within reaching the end of the race. So I would, if I'm him, I'm staying out for as long as I can. Well, 'tis the way it is. Intermission time. I'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
There was a whole lot happening there. Aaron Culver trying to hold on to the race pace. 183 is just a little bit faster there. He did get himself around. All good things. Cam Dario out front. Brad Dove has closed in about 10 seconds here. He was 9 and some change. 10 and some change now is over the last couple of laps closed in a little bit of time. Cam Dario 25.47 on the last lap. Brad Dove 25.39, so maybe a little bit different race pace. Brad Dove has an opportunity if he can pace himself. Caleb's still in third here, and will no doubt, we're going to 200. That's 80 laps of race pace. I mean, you got to run as long as you can. You got to get that number to 70. 70 laps to go would be huge. And right now, his lap time is about a half second off of Cam Dario. But think about this. When we've got Cam Dario came in on 94, if he splits it even in 50-50, Caleb's going to be able to run 10 or 15 more laps. This may be more than one pit stop for any of the drivers. We'll see. I mean, one pit stop for Cam Dario, one pit stop for Brad Dove. Caleb's just trying to drive himself to the point where it's only one pit stop. So, I mean, he could technically, see, he came out on 64. It's 36 laps. We saw 70 out of a lot of the drivers. So, I mean, 34 more laps from lap 100. He could technically do it, but he'd have to run a long time. Stryker about to go a lap down to Cam Dario. And Maj is right there on that pace. Still a top three night. 10.5 seconds back now, Brad Dove. Caution comes out, Mark Retkin there. His drivers look to avoid. Oh, 183 gets into the wall down there trying to hit the brake. Hayden Malcolm having a big issue there. Man, oh man. Here's what happened. Mark down, gets the tires onto the black portion of the apron, gets tied off the corner on the exit of 2. Inside. Oh, Devin goes to the bottom. Hayden coming around the corner here. Makes a late adjustment. I kind of want to go on board here and see what he was seeing in his cockpit. Out of the throttle. Little wall tap. That's why he couldn't make that move. Oh, it downshifts and he's on that flat. It's just unfortunate for the 183. Cam. Out front, Brad Dove. They are not quite there for the fuel run. Maj will be able to come to pit road here. He'll get tires and fuel. Brad Dove coming in as well. Caleb has an extra set. So they do have 3 tire changes. So if Cam is not taking tires, or if he's taking 2 sets of tires, this might be a fuel-only stop for him. 75 laps is a lot of laps. And I don't know. That's tire saving right there. I mean, all the drivers are going to be in that same predicament, so we'll see how that works. And when anybody decides they're going to come to pit road, I mean, caution comes out on 121, 5 laps. That's 75 laps of driving. It's insane. Fuel only for Brad Dove. Tires for Cam Dario. So Brad Dove will be your race leader. He may be saving a set of tires. Maj definitely is saving a set of tires. He's also getting a few extra seconds of repairs taken care of. Stryker getting a little bit more than a few seconds. He definitely needs that. Definitely needs that to happen. If you look at the front of that car, that right front, it's where the drivability of the car comes from. Where the right front out, I think wants to start pushing. So Cam will be in second. Brad Dove takes fuel only. Culver is going to get a free pass here. Matt Magner out to get a free pass as well. It's going to be an 8th. 6 laps down. We go back to it. Go ahead. It's a good race. Not very many people driving. Not very many in it today, but it's a good race. Robert Church's going to get a lap back as well. What I was saying earlier is that I was talking to Spicy and a few other folks out there, other content creators, and I had thought about, and I know I've mentioned it before, but I've been thinking about randomly calling races. Just randomly. Just going into official races and calling them. Just because. Just every once in a while, maybe during the day, call some of those official races and see what people are doing. You know what I mean? I think it would kind of be fun. Turn on the driver chat and let people make a fool of themselves. Well, I mean, not really. I don't want to do that because, well, people have been known to say some very, 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 very dumb things. But then again, might be a tool for iRacing to use when it comes to officials. You know what I mean? I don't know. The leagues get the prime time, and I don't know. I just want iRacing to be a better to be the community it once was. When it comes to the drivers, there's a lot of complaining. There's a lot of, I don't know how to put it, whining. A lot of whining that happens in iRacing for no reason. There's some justified stuff, and then there's some not so justified stuff that people have been doing. I've been seeing a lot of intentional wrecking as of late. I've been seeing a lot of hate coming across, and that's I love iRacing. I do. It's been the platform that's helped me grow. Phasmophobia has been another one. I love Phasmophobia. There's been a ton of platforms that have helped me become Signature Esports, and you know the moment you add competitive nature with just I don't know how to put it, but that is what it is. 25, 8, 53, 88, 44, 43. 5 drivers on the lead lap. 25. It's the run here. Cam Dario is very fast on that last stint. It's Maj to the inside. Corner exit. Maj is going to be up the race line. 25 down low. Takes the line away from the 53, and 53 is going to drop a couple of spots to Stryker and to Cam Dario. Right now, on a level playing field, Monteleski is the driver that I think leads for a little while, but Cam Dario able to get out there and run. Stryker runs a 25.53 on his last lap. He'll be able to dig in here. Maj just needs to save the tires and not overdrive the car. Stryker digs for the back bumper of the 8. Drives to the inside. Stryker having a rebound from earlier with a contact from Magner. The car's been driving like it's not been driving very well. 25.12, 24.12, fast lap of the race. As that nose looks 100 times better than what it did before. That rear is what's going to be stepping out. We'll see what happens here as Stryker tries to benefit from that. Dario's been the long run king in today's race, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do so. Stryker 1.5 second difference, as maybe some fuel saving from Cam Dario here. I mean, a 25-second lap right now, that's fuel saving. That's exactly what he's doing. No reason to push it. 24.11 for Stryker. So Strickland faster. Maybe thinking about coming to pit road later. Cam Dario saving fuel. Not a bad idea. If you think you're close. If you think you can make it, 79 laps. Can he save 10 laps of fuel? That's the run. 79 laps that they have to run on a fuel cycle. We're 70 to go this time by. Strickland 24.62. Maj closing back down. 1.8 second difference. Cam saving. There's no way he is not saving. He's a second and a 10th off his own pace. Brad Dove in 4th as Magner to the inside. Dove will need to come to pit. Actually, he's fuel only. Fuel only. There's a caution. He's got a set of tires. 2 cautions in today's race. And Strickland burning some fuel here, burning the daylight oil. I mean, just have to see what's going to happen, what's going to transpire. Right now, Caleb can just maintain his pace. Be just fine. Strickland trying to make it 2 seconds. Zaleski should have been up front there. Unable to make it work. Brad Dove in 4th. Nelson's going to be in 5th here. I will tell you, everybody, Robert Church right behind us, Jerry Culver right behind him. I will tell you, folks, sponsors or not, league owners or not, I call it like I see it. Somebody had mentioned that before. Do I favor anybody? Nope. Never. I have my favorite drivers in the platform because of how they've treated me. But, I mean, realistically, I don't favor anybody. As far as if somebody does something, kind of messes himself up. We'll have to see. Eddie Henshaw giving me a like. Thank you, sir. What are you doing, man? How's the IVRL guys coming? The Henshaw family. Randy streams too, folks. Yeah, check him out. Is it still Dadbot Gaming? I don't remember. That's your channel, right? You were streaming for a long time. Now I want to look. Randy Henshaw Racing TV? Is that what? Did you change that to it? Yeah, Randy Henshaw Racing TV. It used to be called something different. How's McKinney doing today? How's his race going? Let's see. Let's find James. Put James link in there. Oh, hold on. I meant to put that in. Oh, I did put it in the other one. Matarood Racing. Put your boats in here. Follow those folks. They're amazing. Good people. Good people. '88 out front. Modge 2.5 back. Cam Dario now picking up his pace. 25:02. Got about 5 seconds to Striker. Saving a little bit of fuel here. 60 laps to go. And now 13 of Culver coming to pit road. Brad Dove could use some tires. He's doing all right. Oh, thinking of my fine folks on the old Twitch platform. I want to make sure there's no redemptions or anything like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you all. Oh, I did complete that. I don't know why I didn't do that yesterday. All right. It's coming down to the wire. Caleb getting a little bit faster now. Trying to save and savor what he has got going on. There's 2.5 back, now 2.2 back, and he's kind of got to go to work. Strickland 25.40 his last lap. Cam faster of the drivers. He's got a little bit more tire to play with because he's been saving. Caleb working that corner. Got an ode to Cheetah out there on his deck lid. You guys didn't see that last week or yesterday. The same thing going on today. Strickland out front, throwing it on exciting. I'm going to take a hydrate break. I'll be right back. Marshall, thank you for the like, man. Good to see you out there again. All right, lap times. Oh, caution comes out. I was getting ready to start talking about what was going on with the race. Brandon Bledsoe having an issue, and he's going to be jumping out of it. Stryker, Modulewski, Cam Dario, 3 drivers on to lead lap. Joe Nelson will be your lucky dog here, so he'll be back on the lead lap. He's got a set of tires to take, and good timing too, because he came out on 93. Brad Dove. And this is all about fuel. Yeah, I was going to say, we'll see everybody come to pit road. Here's a look at what happened here. Thank you, Marshall, once again. Mr. Harris, giving us a like out there. Appreciate you. Right off the corner, comes out, gets into the wall, down to the front straightaway. And he's right there on the racing surface. He tried to reset, but iRacing didn't do the job he wanted to. Cam Dario stays out. Saved a little bit of tire, saved a little bit of fuel. Joe Nelson's going to be there. It's like Jerry Culver will be a free pass car here. We'll stay right there. Get an opportunity. Came out of 111. You might have to think about fuel. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Cam took his tires. So now Stryker and Caleb Monzaleski, both of these drivers are going to be able to take tires and do what they got to do. 44 laps to go here. Oh, man. 43 to pit road. Be Devin Asuna. Brad Dove. 2 laps down here. It's because he had to come to pit road on 149. He was getting close to fuel and what he was doing there. That would have worked for him, I think. But now stuck 2 laps down. That'd have been kind of heartbreaking. Stryker with an extra set here. No doubt try to push the envelope. Cam saved a lot, so we'll see what that car is going to be able to do. A top 3 night for him. Still a good night. Joe Nelson in on pit road, tires and fuel for that driver. We'll see if he's going to be able to do just that. 43 getting the same thing. As they hook up the car. Nelson, your lucky dog. 1:57 complete. Third caution of the race. All about self-spins. Only a little bit of contact has happened throughout the race, and considering Dover is usually about contact, that it's been a pretty good feature here. Pretty good day. Cam leaving a lot of drivers behind him. Looking for a free pass. He's going to stay out. Only one driver is going to get the free pass here. Stryker's going to be in second here. And we're talking about 30 lap fresher tires. They're going to be fine on fuel. Joe Nelson back to pit road here. Get some stuff taken care of. Routine will be released. And let's hope Joe doesn't get a black flag there. They're 1 to go. Normally pit road closes 1 to go. Cam's electing the high line here. He's going to have to try to get a jump. Drivers in second and third right now. I mean, Caleb didn't take tires on that last run at all. Or, no, he did take tires. Forgive me. He did take tires on that last run. But I don't think he was pushing it. I think drivers were thinking about fuel. We'll see now because it's a whole different race. Whole different race. 888. 5 on the outside. 53. 25 back there as well. There's a 27 of Magner who's going to be in 7th. Green flag. Braxton giving us a like. What's he say, Braxton? Good to see you, man. 888.53. That'll be the race as we speak. 88 is going to be right there to the back bumper of the 8. And he is going to go down very quickly. Stryker takes over the lead. 53 and Monzaleski has an opportunity for a win here. Wants it. That's for darn sure. We'll see how this works. Nelson 3.5 back, 3.8 back. The tail end of the field. Hopefully everyone's good there. 53 is going to be able to push it here now. But he has to really worry about tires. 88 near the wall. A little wall tap for him. 53 goes to the lead. The chance to run 40 of the fastest laps of his life. $53, 88, 8. 43 to the inside. Devin Asuna trying to get another spot here. Is about a lap off of Brad Dove, who's going to be up here on the high side, but Brad's still clean and fast. About 46 seconds. Oh, baby. Faster than the 27 right now. Trying to work his way to the bottom side. The 27 might go ahead and give him the race line here. We'll see. Corner exit. 5 there to the inside. Digging, trying to clear the 27. Is going to run higher here to see the low line exit. He's going to try to clear on the straightaway. You keep the tires away from the bottom of the apron on a corner exit. You have a better chance. Full second lead between Maj and Stryker here as they work. Cam Dario in third, 4.3 back. Joe Nelson trying to play catch up here. He's got a 2.7 second difference between he and Cam Dario. Cam in third, 25.43 his last lap. Joe Nelson going around some lap traffic, runs a 25.02, 0.6 of a second difference here. So we'll see if third's going to be on the books for Joe Nelson. About 2.2 second difference here as the 44 tries to close in just a little bit more. 1.2 second lead. What happened to Magner? You stepped away. Magner went to go to pit road and goosed it, hit the inside wall. Yeah, that was much earlier. Much earlier. Here's a look at that. He came to pit lane, locked it up. That's what happened to Matt Magner. Yep. Pit road. The Dover death trap. You aren't lying. Maj, very deserving of a win here. Has led a buttload of laps. Definitely needs, definitely wants that race pace to work on him. Joe Nelson trying to work around Jerry Culver here. His battles for third. And right now, having trouble clearing the 13. 13 up on the high side. 44 to the bottom. 44 clears here. Now has to go to work. 25.57. Magner into pit lane here. Cam Dario looking for some more pace. Right now, Maj, 168 of 200, 32 laps to go this time by. Stryker has had some nose damage that the car worked on. This car not making any sense. There's no rear downforce on the car. And he's still catching. Little at a time, little at a time. Maj was trying to save fuel. A lot of drivers try to save fuel in that last stint because they didn't know if it was going to run green or not. And that's exactly it. Cam Dario about to be under fire by Joe Nelson. Appreciate the like out there. Much love. Love it all. Love it all. All over the world, we reach a ton of people. Cam to the second lane. Nelson to the inside. Trying to clear Cam Dario. Does so. That'll be third. Joe Nelson having a better day. Stryker closing in the distance just a little each time. Maj kept the car clean all race. Does have the cleanest looking car. I mean, besides Cam. Cam took tires the last time by, maybe thinking it was going to run green. Maj Zaleski here, 0.6 of a second difference. As Stryker tries to close back down the race line, 24.91, 0.3 of a second lap difference on that last lap. I think Stryker's figured something out. But right now, he is catching the 53. 5.04, 24.97 for Strickland here. 7/100th of a second difference. Maj needs to get around lap traffic as quickly as possible. Church to the high side. 53 to the bottom. 88 drops to the apron here. Going to be tied off the corner. Uses lap traffic to set his corner up. 53, second lane. 88, egg shapes the corner exit. 53 needs a better race line here because Stryker is catching him. 25 second lap, quarter second lap better. Watch the 88 drop on the corner here. Egg shape in the corner to run a speed. Stryker taps the wall there. As Modzelewski might go down here. The Stryker looks to try to take the inside. 53 to take the race line away. Bottom side, 53 off the corner. 88 free off the corner. Still trying to set up the corner here. 25 laps to go. Track Racer giving you all of the action here for the next 25 laps. TrackRacer.com. There's a link in the description that helps Chop Shop take care of the bills here. 53 needs to not rear view mirror drive. It's got to run a line. Don't block 25 laps to go at Dover. You're going to find yourself going around and making a mistake. 88 still wall taps. .53 up high. It's to set the corner up tight out the corner. Free. 88 to the inside. 53 got tied off the corner there, and that's the mistake I was talking about. 53 is going to have to go back to work here. Get back to the inside. Stryker trying to pull away. How that car has that much speed, I don't have a clue. Wall tap for the 53. First mistake he's made all day. I was rooting for Caleb Modzelewski just a little bit. He's a driver here and doesn't have a win. And Strickland ripping his heart out. With a damaged car. Crazy. Lap traffic ahead. 183. Hayden Malcolm. Goes to the bottom. Giving a race line to Strickland here. Stryker keeps tapping the wall on corner entrance here. 21 laps to go. Modge can run his race line. He'll be fine. Joe Nelson in third. 2 seconds separate he and Cam Dario. Cam, if he can manage his tires here, looks like he is playing a little catch-up here. Quarter second difference here. Joe Nelson, solid for third right now, but just needs to play it safe, keep it easy. Strickland out front. Still he's tapping the wall in every corner entrance, and I don't understand how that right rear is not destroyed. Top two, 18 laps to go. Joe Nelson finds his second difference now as Cam Dario closes down that third, that 2 second gap now within a second. As Joe Nelson runs a 26:07. $17 laps to go. Nelson just doesn't have the speed. Half second closing is Cam Dario. 25.82 his last lap. Joe off corner exit, getting dicier on the tires. Cam saving the car. Top three night for him. Even 17 17 seconds back. The top three Knight been able to capitalize on the race line. Maj drops to 1.5 seconds here. His last lap was extremely slow. 0.7 of a second different lap. I just thought he had more. Thought he had more there. He led the first part of this race, and now Stryker pulling 2 seconds over the field. 14 laps to go. Still the wall tap on corner entrance. Right side is smashed. Things that make sense don't make sense. Cam gets around Joe Nelson. That patience goes a long way. Little wall tap there. Ooh, somebody slowing the bottom. It's Hayden Malcolm coming to pit road here. 88.53.8. The top three. He burned his right front off. He wasn't running hard enough to burn his right front off. He was running the same lap time at the same times as Strickland. That's what doesn't make sense to me. I disagree. I think the way the car, the way he's approaching the corner. Do you see the right rear tap in the corner right there? I think that's setting up the corner entrance. It's a little cheat that I'd say cheat. It's a little game mechanic that a lot of folks use. I think there's a lot going on here that I can disagree with. Battery died on your tablet. Switch to your phone. Well, I appreciate you being back. Also, the difference is 33.41 on the I rating to the 1903 of Modzelewski. All things considered, Cam Dario, 24.58. Joe Nelson, 7.91. There's got a little right side damage, but he also has 30 lap fresher tires, and seeing the difference here is kind of changing. Either way, doesn't matter. Is what it is. You try to finish, got the meatball right front, 0-2-20. Jeez, Pete. You, in all technicality, blew the right front. That's exactly what that is right there. Holy cow. Man, oh man. 8 laps to go. 2.5 second difference. Cam Dario to third. Nelson has the closest battle here. He does have the tires to do it. He just has to get the drive line to do it. Joe Nelson has a faster car than Cam Dario right now based off the tire and grip. Cam Dario on, again, I talked about it with the caution, 37 lap older tires. And Nelson has the speed here to be able to do so. If he can just find a way, 6 laps to go. His lap time faster than Cam Dario. Cam is a 26.33, 26.17. It's time a little bit faster for Cam by 0.02 of a second. So just maybe try to maintain the gap to Nelson behind. Would love to have seen Caleb get the win because I think he deserved it today. Kept himself clean, gave himself a good opportunity. 4 laps to go. Stryker made a mistake earlier. Had Magner getting to the back of them. There's a lot that has happened that can be deserving, but I tell you what, to come back with a buttload of damage and try to work on it, well, there it is. 2.3, and as time progresses, Caleb's faster. Joe Nelson's still just as fast as he was before. 3 to go. Modge, 2.1 second gap. He closes in 0.3 of a second. He doesn't have enough time. Stryker can just take it easy. He pushes it too hard here, he can make a mistake with under 2 to go, and that's not what you want. 0.4 of a second difference between Cam. Cam's actually faster right now too. Caleb closing in. Would love to have seen the long green flag run work out and to see the fuel strategy that was coming. I mean, Modge will settle for a top 2, but I think he had the win in tonight. White flag brought to you by Dove Farms. Go to facebook.com/Dove Farms LLC. Check out where they can deliver to you. Again, 47 lower states getting the service for Dove Farms. Stryker rebounds. He's going to get his 3rd win of the series. And a whole lot of different battles happening. Caleb Monzaleski is going to come home 2nd. Cam Dario looks like he's going to finish 3rd. And definitely needed a rebound. Joe Nelson had a great run there. Did a fantastic job. Very proud of that driver. Fantastic run for the 44. Able to get himself on the lead lap. Keep himself on the lead lap. As they go to work. Stryker, your race winner. Race results. Strickland, Monzaleski, Dario, Joe Nelson, Brad Dove. It'll be your top 5. Dasuno, Malcolm, Culver will be through 8th. Magner's going to finish 9th. Brandon Bledsoe 10th. Robert Church, Mark Redkin getting the top 12. There's Mark was just having struggles with the car. All good things. All good things. Beaten battle damage. Way to stay with it, Jerry. Yeah, he did. He did all right. Yeah. Wait for the drivers to jump in for the interview. Smaller field. Should be there. Talk to your P2 finisher, got himself a stage. Caleb Monzaleski gets a P2. What'd you need?
Trying to stay ahead. Couldn't turn the car anymore.
Even with the way that it looked, it didn't look like you were overdriving him. Your lap times were mirroring each other. Kind of one of those things that I question where the iRacing standard is. Not for you. I mean, you ran a fantastic race. Looking at that first stint, pulling away from the drivers, it seemed like you were able to dictate the race pace. So I'm just trying to figure out what changed in the course of the late portion of the run here.
The track got super tight when it got completely rubbered, and I only really practiced the bottom line, and I could not get the middle and top to work. So as the race went on, I kept falling off from Stryker. Even Cam started getting quicker too, but he ended up using a set of tires, one set more than the rest of us. So that was the only reason I stayed ahead to finish 2nd. Still super happy though.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have been happier to see you win.
That's what Stryker said.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't a fan of some of the tactics that people were using to get in the corner. I mean, there's lots of things that Dover it presents a change. But I mean, hey, you know what? It's all good. Top 2 finish. Nothing wrong with that. You ran a fantastic race. You got a stage win. Just I like seeing multiple. I like seeing the series have multiple winners. That's kind of the thing. So I was kind of a little bummed.
Next time. Next time. We're getting better every single week.
Yeah, I like it. Caleb, give you a shout out to P2 Finish, my man.
All right, CCM Welding and Fabricating, Grand Valley State University, best university in the country. And shout out to whoever's watching. I know my buddy Robbie's always watching this and stuff. And shout out to John and Stryker and all the admins and Amar for painting me a beautiful car. And shout out to you for putting on a good show for us.
It's always good, man. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yep, take care of yourself.
Always 53 comes home P2. Let's talk to your race winner. He was over there celebrating. I had to was waiting to tell you I didn't want you to win. But you ran a fantastic race. Talk to me about the damage, because that was kind of one of the setups getting into the corner. Some of the drivers out there saying, hey, the right rear damage is making it a little bit more free, making it turn more. I just think that over the course of the long haul, you would have had a great race pace regardless. I mean, I've seen you run this track time and time again, and I mean, you're a great driver. Walk me through the transpiration of this race today.
Thanks, Jason. Caleb and Cam were probably and Magner were probably the stars of the show today. I think I kind of just backed myself into a steal of a win today, because obviously I got collected into the wall earlier and Magner hit me and probably ruined his race, but it was mainly rear damage for me. So in one of those cautions, I didn't take tires again, just to try to fix as much damage as I could. It was about a minute of damage. We ended up fixing the damage, brought it back out, and I'm not 100% sure if it was the track or the car or the spoiler in the air, but it started to rotate a little bit better than it did earlier. I don't know if the speed was there or not, but just started pacing myself. Honestly, I really had no idea that it'd be that competitive towards the end. Either the other drivers got a lot of damage when they didn't have it earlier, or they just ended up burning their tires. But I mean, long story short, there towards the end on that last run, I knew it was going to come down to me and Caleb, because we had the set of tires. Cam didn't take one. So I kind of let Caleb go there at the end just to see if he was going to be able to gap me. And I wasn't necessarily pushing it. I was backing it up a little bit on entry, a little bit more than him. And I wanted to see if he'd come back to me, and then slowly but surely he started coming back to me, and he ended up hitting the wall, gave me an opening, and I took it. And when I was out in front, that clean air is a godsend. So once you get that air on the front bumper, it'll continue to turn. So it just panned out. I feel bad for Caleb, because I mean, the whole race I was rooting for him, but I'm just not going to pull over and give it to him. He's got to earn it, but he's getting better and better every single week. And I know he's going to get one here shortly.
Tell me about the wall tap getting into the corner each corner.
So I heard you stating that I kept rubbing the wall on my end and on my camera. I know I hit it every now and then with the right rear, but I couldn't really see it. I'm running triples. I knew I get close to it, and in order to hit the entry that I need to, obviously use every little last bit of the surface. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't see if I was slamming it or tapping it.
It was a tap. It wasn't like you were, because if you were rammed into it, you'd be destroyed.
Yeah, I'd be destroyed.
And that's the thing about Dover, and this is what I say about short track racing all across the board. It's a dynamic of iRacing. You can get away with a little bit in iRacing. And that's something that I would never ever judge anybody for. And I'm not trying to talk ill on the move. If I was good enough to use it, I would. I'm not. I can't time it good enough for anybody. But that little bit of a tap helps rotate the nose of the car, because it sets that car to the bottom of the apron. And it's a mechanic. It's something that drivers use even in NASCAR. Not near as what iRacing lets everybody get away with, but not just NASCAR, short track racers. They like to wall ride. They call it wall riding. And nothing in the realm of that. I point out things that I see, and it's nothing against any driver or any person out there racing. It's just a mechanic. It's an iRacing mechanic that, like some drivers, when they hit the nose of the car on the inner wall, they get stuck and impaled into the wall, and they can't get out. So they're spending 6 minutes of tow time instead of being able to drive their car back around, or a caution coming out to be able to help them fix that situation. So there's a lot of mechanic portions of iRacing that I agree and disagree with. Not saying that you did a bad job, just saying that there was I was asking how did it more lights, how did it feel? Because considering that iRacing, if you hit it too hard, it's going to destroy your right rear, and it didn't seem like it was doing anything to you.
Yeah, I didn't feel it, to be honest with you. The earlier hit where I hit with Magner, that one really devastated the car, and obviously I had to fix it. But all the others, I didn't see, I didn't feel. But the car kept turning, and it did what it needed to do. I needed to use every last bit of it. Maybe because it was damaged already in the rear, it's a possibility that I wasn't getting any further damage. But either way, it was a good race. I feel for Caleb. I really wanted him to win, but sometimes you just gotta put the pedal to the metal and see how it pans out.
Nothing wrong with it. Okay, Mike, give your shout outs.
Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we're gonna go through the list here of everybody that helps us succeed. Signature Esports, the best broadcaster in the industry. This man does everything for us. He's the voice of our brand. We appreciate everything that he does. Our main sponsor, VIP Tires and Service. We appreciate everything that you do. Without you guys, we wouldn't be successful. And the league sponsors are My Three Sons, Baller Status, Fuego Paints, Fuego Motorsports, B&B Music, Track Racer, Admin Boxx. All of you guys have helped us substantially. We appreciate everything. And any fans or family members that are out there rooting us on, we appreciate you logging on. I know you got multiple things to do on a Saturday, and be able to watch us virtually is awesome for us. We get to relive this and enjoy it. So thank you very much. Thanks everybody. And thanks to all the competitors in Chop Shop Racing.
Yeah, a lot of people running that Sebring thing going on today. So we had a little bit of a shorter field today, but you know what? It's okay. It was still good.
Yeah,
good race.
Speaking of that, let me if anybody out there is interested in running with us, we run Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Our Tuesdays and Fridays are pretty packed, but our Saturdays, for some apparent reason, aren't as full of a field that we would like. So if you guys want to come and run with Chop Shop, we're adult-driven league. We do payouts. There's no cost for you guys to join. We'd love for you guys to come over here and join and have fun with us and just be part of the comrades that we have over here. We'd appreciate you guys if you showed up.
And they get to show up, and I get to talk crap on them. No, I'm totally kidding. That's not
Jason talks smack, and
and that's the thing. I root for no one.
You don't have to explain yourself. I mean, I was rooting for Caleb. So I don't blame you. I was rooting for him. Even in the mic, I was telling him, "Come on, man, get it."
It was early on. You couldn't have convinced me that he wasn't going to win the race.
Honestly, I didn't think I was going to have anything for him there at the end. He said he burnt his right front up. Trying too hard, mirror driving.
The mirror driving I saw. What I didn't see though was how he was burning it. I mean, I can, but I can't see it just based off of if I look at your two cars and I say, hey, this car not over rotating, and it's a fixed setup, so it's not like there's any other adjustment other than steering ratio, in which, in fact, looking at his times and his turn, it's not you. It's not you, and it's not him that I'm having some confusion about. It's iRacing that I have some confusion about.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. But in some cases, even though we might be running the same equipment, I know just based off of experience that throttle itself, what you do with the throttle when you're in it, when you're out, how quickly you get back into it, has a small impact. And when I was running behind him, I could tell he was going in a little deeper than he normally was. And that's all it took sometimes. I mean, I think he said he struggled a little bit in the middle and the high side. But that's all it takes. Sometimes you come out and you get a bad set of tires that just don't feel good, and it's not running the same. And just like me, I was running poor the whole race, and then those last 2 sets of tires, the car came alive. So it's kind of a funny thing. It is what it is.
It's for as much as it's supposed to make sense, sometimes it just doesn't. Just based off of 3 years of doing this, and still to this day, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Either way, congratulations to all my Chop Shop fellow drivers. Caleb, good job. I think Brad Dove did excellent today. I'm not sure who came in third.
Yeah. No, it was Cam came in third. Actually, Joe Nelson came in fourth, and that was an amazing job by him. He had a shot for third there, but I think he just had too much damage.
Yeah, good job, guys. They did great. There wasn't any cautions early in the run, so that's awesome. Appreciate that.
There should have been some cautions early in the run, and that's on iRacing.
Yeah, I heard somebody say something about that. I think it was Church or something.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 cautions should have been, and that's only because of where the wrecks happen. I mean, if somebody impales themselves on the front straightaway and their ass end, pardon my language, folks, I'm being a little bit blunt. If their ass end is sticking out in the middle of the or the rear end of the car sticking out in the middle of the straightaway with cars coming, that should have been a caution. You know what I mean? That's an iRacing thing. And I'm not talking about it didn't crest the 45. It flung around and did that. And that's an iRacing thing. This is where my improvements and the things that I communicate to iRacing happens. And this is where my biggest thing is, it's never about whether who wins. I don't care who wins. Congrats, Mike, you won. Are you going to win next week? No. Are you going to win this week in officials? I don't know. Do I care? I care that you have a good time, and I care about fair racing. And that's what I care about when it comes to iRacing, which is why not only am I a voice for you and your league and all these leagues that we have and that we call races for, but I'm also representative of iRacing and how it is presented across the platform. And I think folks forget that when I call a race, yes, I do have personal relationships and I talk to everybody, but my biggest thing is, my biggest proponent for iRacing is that the racing sometimes seems, it seems geared in, sometimes it seems like it's the most fair race in the world. You see the top 5 guys being kind of, being the top 5 guys each and every week. It's just because racing experience and how people improve and so on and so forth, the different levels that people race around. A 1400 I-rated driver is going to race around people his level, and they're not going to be the greatest, but these 3,000, 5,000 I-rated drivers are racing around some of the guys in the same stint that have the experience to be able to do it. That's few and far between. When putting everybody together makes for some interesting racing. What I'm talking about is the way the track and the car are supposed to handle as far as programming goes, and that's where I have some confusion and some concerns with iRacing every once in a while about things that happen on the track. And it just allows me to put some pointers on my notepad and say, hey, this is something that I have question for the developers and the people I deal with.
Wait till they put rain in it. Let's see what it does.
Oh, they had better. Yeah.
It's coming.
I know. It's. I don't mind rain. I don't mind the physics. I mean, it's in GTA. It's in, Red Dead Redemption. It's rain is in all sort of types of video games and video game. Was it Burnout? Burnout had it as well. Cars and physics of rain has already been out there. It's already been done. However, iRacing has not had the experience with it, and I really hope they get it right, because if not, they're going to ruin the experience of some of the driving that can be out there. And
it'll be fun just to try it. For me, I'm excited. It's just something new. I don't foresee us running it, but it's just something new. That flashy new thing that you get. So hopefully iRacing knocks it out the park, and if not, oh well.
I mean, you're never going to turn it on for the Cup Series or for anything you do here. I mean, it's literally meant for the open wheel series. The open wheel. Yeah. I mean, that's what open wheel deals with it more, and the IMSA series deals with it more. It's just one of those things that I really want my computer running that much harder, to have it turned on. I mean, in officials, it's probably going to happen, but it's going to be random, so you never know when it's going to happen. That'll change the dynamic of the race, which is kind of cool in a sense. But what I think is needed in this is better collision. But stop working on the rain and the grass particles and start working on how the cars touch each other.
Oh yeah, that's probably the biggest issue.
That's my number one concern when it comes to how things get. Like, I've watched destroyed cars in NASCAR still be out there and be competitive. So I like the competitive nature of a car that does have some damage. However, I don't like the fact that a wall is going to stop a car.
And then you can skim off of it the other time.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I saw the guys hit the bottom there, and it like impaled them. But yeah, you can skim off that outside wall.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
It makes no sense, and that's where I'm like, all right, I have some questions, I have some notes, but the wall tap getting into the corner, it sets the car. I mean, folks, if you haven't seen it in officials, it happens all the damn time. So, like, I applaud people who can do it. I can't do it. So, Mike, much love, man. We'll see you.
Jason, thanks again, man. You enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be watching the rest of your broadcast, and thank you very much again.
Always
we appreciate you.
We got a dirt championship coming up tonight.
Man, that'll be fun. I'll be watching.
Yeah. Good. Tell the missus thanks for letting you race.
Yeah, she's eyeballing me right now, so I gotta go back out there.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, brother.
Always. It's 88 doing his job, having a great time. He brings it home. Cam finishes in third. Love seeing Cam get out there and run and have some fun. And he had a shot. The tires are what I saw. And I'd have rooted for Cam to win too, because he had a great, he could have ran away. If the caution doesn't come out, Cam Dario wins this one. Earlier cautions don't come out. I think it's close. There's a fuel strategy that I love so much more about racetracks like this. So I appreciate everybody. I'm just analytical. I like to do my job correctly. You know what I mean? Was a fun race. Brad, you had a great job. Concrete is right, and it's across the board, and that's what I'm saying. Here's the deal. 3 years of doing this, I've called well over 1,000. I mean, let's see, 7 races a week, 52 weeks, more than that. Sometimes I've called 9 races a week. I've called more races than you know, and if you think that I'm not familiar with this service and how these cars drive, then I would say that you're probably very mistaken. Very, very, very mistaken. I do learn a thing or two every once in a while, just talking with developers and talking with the iRacing representatives. But again, when I question something and I question the way that a car should be driving in comparison to the way that the track is presenting, makes me wonder. And I always say that iRating is never it's just a number for the officials. The driving can be different. Sometimes some things make me question whether or not there's an advantage or an unfair advantage. Not saying that Mike has anything to do with that. I'm saying iRacing makes me think, and that's what I'm looking at. Caleb, yeah, he may have had a lower aggressive line, but he didn't have a lower aggressive line to be that uncompetitive for a driver with some significant damage on his car. Even though the timer says it's fixed, the car should say, I'm still slower. Does that make sense? That makes sense. That's what you see. So that's my opinion. And my opinion is that sometimes, just like playing Escape from Tarkov, some things are broken in that game. Some things are still broken in iRacing, and it's been out since 2008. That's the way it goes. That's the way it is. Not mad, not upset, just questioning a few things. So bear that in mind, folks. Much love to you. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. If you don't, well, then you know the deal. They say live, laugh, love, and if that doesn't work, load, lock, shoot. No, totally kidding. Don't do that. That's awful. Brad, no, you were fine, dude. Brad, here's the thing about your strategy. You were there and you had the right strategy. Caution came out and put you 2 laps down. That caution doesn't come out. You have a great strategy. Everybody else needed to come to pit road. You had a great strategy there. Don't ever think about it. So, we'd love to see it. Yeah. Fuego paints. Yeah. That's what, it's the paint you were running. That's what we were talking about. So, and there is Brad Dove. That's the Dove Farms. As we were talking about Dove Farms earlier, folks. That's the man right there behind it. Much love. Be good. Be safe. Again, it's going to be fun. It's fine. It's fine. Just remember, just remember, it's a simulator. But again, fair racing for everybody is my ultimate. I'm a gaming guy. Anyway, it was a great race. Nothing wrong with the race. It was actually a ton of fun to watch, and it was a ton of fun to see. And anytime that I get something out of it like this that makes me kind of think and just go about business in a way that I do, makes me think that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I feel accomplished in here. I may be confused about a few things, but I feel accomplished in knowing that I'm actually I'm getting the understanding of sometimes things just go differently than what you are to expect. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. Doesn't mean that it's right. Just means that sometimes you just gotta accept it. But it was all good. Be good. Be safe. We'll see you in the next one.